Most people believe life listens to intention. It does not. Time does not pause to ask what you meant to do. It does not slow down because your heart was in the right place. It does not adjust its course simply because your plans were sincere. Time moves forward with complete indifference. It only responds to what you actually do. There is a dangerous comfort in intention. It feels productive without demanding effort. It gives the illusion of progress without the cost of discipline. And that illusion is why so many capable people remains exactly where they are. They had the intentions to begin, the intentions to improve, the intention to change things soon. But time does not reward soon. It only recognizes now. You see, intention is private, action is visible. Time does not enter your thoughts to measure sincerity, it measures moment. This is where many misunderstand life. They believe effort begins when conditions improve, when clarity arrives, when confidence feels complete. But time has never operated on permission. It advances whether you are ready or not, and it records only what you execute, not what you imagine. There are people with brilliant ideas who never built anything, people with sharp intelligence who never applied it, people with so evident yet unused that it slowly turns into regret. Not because they lack ability, but because they mistook intentions for progress. Time watched quietly and moved on. There is no negotiation with time, no explanation that change its verdict. You cannot tell time you are about to start. You cannot convince it that fear delayed you. You cannot reason with it using good intentions. Time responds only to action taken. And that is not cruelty, that is precision. Time is not unfair, it is exact. Every day gives the same number of hours to everyone. What separates outcome is not desire but direction. Some use time to build, others use time to hesitate. Time rewards one and forgets the other. What most people fail to understand is this: action does not require certainty, it creates it. Waiting for confidence is the fastest way to lose momentum. Confidence does not come first, moment does. And those who wait for the perfect moment do not realize something important. Perfection is not a moment, it is a decision. And decisions do not wait, they are made. This is uncomfortable for many to accept. But because intentions feels moral, it feels like effort, it feels like participation. But intention without action is just a thought, and time does not trade in thoughts. It trades in result. This is why two people can dream the same dream, yet live completely different lives. One moves while afraid, the other waits until fear disappears. Fear does not disappear, time does. And with it, opportunities. The uncomfortable truth is this: time has already passed judgment on many ambitions, not out of malice, but because nothing followed intention. Execution is the language time understands, not emotions, not promises, not desires, executions. Every day you delay, time records silence. Every step you take, time records the moment. There is no middle category. You are either in the motion or you are standing still while the world advances. And standing still has the consequences, not immediate but gradually. First, motivation fades. then belief weakens, then executions become logical, and eventually ambitions feel unrealistic. Not because it was impossible, but because time moved on without you. This is why disciplines matters more than inspiration. Inspiration is loud, discipline is quiet. Times favors the quiet. It favors conditionally over intensity, precision over planning, actions over explanations. You know what? People often says, I know what I want. Time response, show me. Not later, not when it feels easy, now. Because time does not pause for emotional readiness. There is something deeply powerful about people who understand this. They stop overthinking, they stop announcing, they stop waiting. They begin. They move imperfectly, they act without applause. They build without permission, and slowly something changes. Momentum appears, confidence grows, results follows. Not because they were smarter, but because they respected time. They understood that time does not reward potential, it rewards participation. The irony is, once action begins, clarity follows, energy flows, direction sharpens. The very thing people wait for are created by movement, but those who wait never discovers this. They remain stuck in preparations mode, collecting information, perfecting plans, explanation delays, while time moves forward uninterrupted. There comes a point when explanation no longer matters, only outcome do. Life does not ask what your intention to become, it reveals what you choose to do repeatedly. And repetition is what times remember. If there is one thing to understand deeply, it is this: time does not require you to be fearless, it requires you to be active. You do not need certainty to begin, you need courage to move. Every small movement counts, every imperfect actions matters because time notices directions more than speed. What it does not notice is hesitations dressed up as planning. So if something matters to you, move towards it quietly, consistently, without waiting for ideal condition. Because ideal conditions are created by those who act, not by those who intend. This is not motivation, this is a reality. Time does not reward intention, it responds to executions. And in the end, life does not reflect what you hope for. It reflects what you repeatedly choose to do. That is not pressure, that is power. Because once you understand this, nothing externally controls your progress. Only your willingness to act does. And that is entirely in your hand. Time is not watching your thought, it is watching your steps. And it never forgets which direction you choose to move. Thank you.